Thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Nancy, and I was once in your shoes as a student at CMU. I studied ECE, Electrical and Computer Engineering, and I graduated in 2006. Now, back in 2006, the market was a different thing back then. Most of us became engineers, as did I, because that was, kind of the expected thing to do. And also, a lot of us became analysts at investment banks because that was the hottest thing back then. But now things are so different, right? Product management role has taken on a life of its own. Now, it wasn't something that was taught in schools back in my day. So the fact that you're here today, learning more, learning more about product management in a structured way shows that you're way ahead on your PM journey compared to where I was when I was in your shoes. So I'm super excited to get my hands on the products that you launch in the upcoming years. Now, today, I'm talking about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. It is all about storytelling. It's not just talking about features in a very clear and concise way. It's about turning your features into feelings so you're able to better communicate with your audience. Now, this wasn't something that I learned in school, and I didn't learn about this until years into my career. And when I started to apply frameworks and concepts of storytelling in my job, my career grew, and it was a pivotal point in my career. It wasn't because I became better at shipping products, and also wasn't because I became better at working with engineering or writing user stories. It was only because I became better in communicating. Now, I've tried this in job interviews, and I've also tried this in product reviews and pitches. And storytelling really makes a big difference. Now, before we dive deep into the framework and how to use storytelling, I'm going to introduce myself in two different ways. And I want you to pay close attention to the differences between the two. Here's the first introduction. Hello, everybody. My name is Nancy, and I'm so happy to be here today. I have over 15 years of experience in tech, including B2B to B2C and startups, medium-sized companies, and large tech companies like Facebook, Meta, and most recently at Roku. I am now a product management coach, helping you prepare for your next FANG-style interview after conducting over 200 interviews myself and serving on hiring committees, so I can help you understand what the interviewers are looking for. I can also help you prepare for your next career transition, whether it's going into people management or switching between B2B to B2C or startups to big companies and vice versa. If you want to get to know me better and get a better sense on my background, you can visit me on LinkedIn or on my website. Thank you very much. Now here is my second introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Nancy, and I'm so happy to be here today. I have over 15 years of experience in tech, spanning B2B to B2C, and startups, medium-sized companies, and large tech companies, including leadership roles at Meta, Facebook, and most recently at Roku. Now, it might look like I have things all figured out, or that I have achieved a certain level of quote unquote career success. But what's not clear is moments where I felt lonely and confused and dark. There was one time when I was saying goodbye to my coworkers. It was my last day at one of my earlier jobs. When I was saying bye, someone said to me, "Oh, you weren't that great of a PM anyway." it still bothers me till today, even though it's been years and years. What I wanted to hear was, oh, it was good working with you. Let's stay connected. But that wasn't what was said to me. It was such a shock because I thought I was working hard and I thought I was doing a good job. Like, how can that not be the case? How can the outcome be something that was so not just frustrating, but hurtful? And that wasn't the only time. There was another time, years later, someone said to me, "You're not effective." And people just don't want to tell you because they think you're a good person. I couldn't believe that it was happening again. It brought me back to my dark moment that I faced years before that. Again, I felt confused. I wanted to fix myself, but I really didn't know where to start. I also didn't know how to debug the situation. And it wasn't just hurt and confusion that I felt, it was also anger. I was very mad at myself and also feeling very ashamed. I couldn't believe that that was how I was projecting myself onto the world in my career. But I didn't want those moments to define me. So eventually I got back up and I worked on myself. I worked on my craft. And fast forward to today, I sit before you as a product management coach because I believe that it's important to learn from the people who came before you. And I believe that we all need to evolve as human beings and as the quote unquote product management race. I never want anyone to repeat the same mistakes that I made or that the people made who came before us. That's not how the world should work, in my opinion. And that's why I'm so passionate to share my knowledge with you. I want to tell you everything that I know without holding anything back so that you can take what I know and do more, go higher. I want you to take my knowledge, to stand on my shoulders and go higher and do way more than me or anyone that came before us. And that's why I believe my work is important. Thank you for having me here today. Now, what differences have you observed in these two introductions? The first one versus the second one. You can put your thoughts in the chat if you want. Let me know what you think. They're quiet in the chat. I will answer my own question. Okay. So in the first introduction, I gave you a lot of data. I gave you my resume. You probably believe that I have some experiences and I have capabilities. I might be able to answer some of your questions, but you probably don't really know me as a person. You probably didn't really get a sense of who I am. We probably didn't really connect. But in the second introduction, I also gave you some data points. But in addition to that, I shared who I am with you. We probably connected on some level emotionally. You probably have a better sense of my personality. Again, it's about connecting just from one human being to another human being. Yes, hand gestures. Yes, that's right. So this is an example of storytelling. Lisa Nichols, one of my favorite motivational speakers out there today, she says it like this: the content makes people respect you, but the story is what makes people become loyal to you. So in my first introduction, I shared content with you. You probably learned from me and you probably respect me for my experiences. But you probably didn't bond with me because I didn't tell you any stories. I didn't give you a compelling reason to bond with me on another level. right? That is what we're here to talk about today. My goal for this talk is for you to walk away with a deeper understanding of what storytelling is. Now I'm going to show you a video, and it has an audio portion, so I'm going to share my screen so you can hear it.
क्यों आरती क्यों गई पापा नहीं मम्मी है हाँ
What did you do to my sign?
I wrote the same, but in different words.
Thanks, love.
What do you think of that video? Change your words to change your world. We're just using different words to convey the same desire, same want that we want our audiences to feel. This is storytelling. So what did you observe between the two messages? The first one that says, I am blind, please help, versus the second one that says, it's a beautiful day, but I can't see it. Which one do you think is more powerful, one or two? Put it in the chat and let me know. Yes, the second one is more powerful. Why is that? Well, the first one, it says, I am blind, please help. It's factual, it's informative. We believe that the man is blind and that maybe we should help him. But we probably don't feel very compelled. It's a very neutral feeling, right? It's a fact. But in the second one, it's a beautiful day. First, we get the audience to agree. Everyone agrees it's a beautiful day. And then, I can't see it. Now we're connecting emotionally. Now we're feeling very bad. We're feeling empathy. And we're feeling, oh yeah, maybe we should help. This is storytelling, using different words to convey the same desire. Now, also notice if we think about this as a quote unquote marketing campaign, we're not adding visuals to the sign, right? We're not making the sign bigger. We're also not moving the sign to a different location that gets more eyeballs. We're using the same placement, just with different words. So that is storytelling. Now let's go deep. Let's talk about the framework associated with storytelling. First and foremost, storytelling 101, universal structure. This is a structure that most stories follow. It's one that we are all very familiar with since we were little kids. What does that mean? First, we have the hero. This is the main character of the story. In my introduction, this is me. The hero is me. I'm the main character. Then we have the villain. The villain may or may not be a person. It could be a situation that's very hard. It's problems, conflicts, struggles. In my introduction, the villain is the negative feedback that I didn't like hearing. Next, we have the journey. This is where the hero fights the villain. and goes through moments of struggles and different milestones. For me, in my introduction, the journey was when I felt really mad at myself. I felt incompetent, etc. And then I worked for myself. And then we have the happy ending. This is where the hero overcomes the villain and we're happy. We're happy for the hero. This is universal structure that most stories follow. Now, you've seen examples, whether it's in my self-introduction or in that video, on how storytelling can be applied to a situation. But what if we want to apply storytelling to a product? How would that work? Let's talk about that. Let's say we are shipping a new product today. It's something related to transportation. Let's assume we're the PM for a new transportation app. How would you construct your product pitch? We could try something like this. Well, we can help you find carpools. We can help you find parking spots so you don't have to circle the lots, right? We could show you real-time traffic information and alternative routing so you don't have to sit in traffic. This app will save you time and money. What do you think about our transportation app? Are you sold? Do you think this is amazing? Do you think investors would invest in this app?
No.
Maybe not.
More
It sounds
information.
okay. Did someone say something? Sorry.
You need more information. Like, not enough, maybe.
Yeah, it's neutral. But what happens if we turn it into a story? How would you construct your product pitch? First, you have the commuter, who's the hero, right? Then you have the villain, that's the very frustrating commute that we face every day or multiple times a week. Then we have the journey where the commuter uses the app and now the commute is easier now. And then the happy ending, the app saves the day, and then the commuter is happy. Insert happy face. So how would our product pitch look like now with this structure? Let's try this. Meet Sarah, and let's give the commuter a name, right? Meet Sarah. She's a working professional who struggles with the daily grind of commuting. One day, she discovers a new transportation app that makes her commute easier and efficient. Thanks to the app, Sarah is now able to start her day on a positive note. Yay! We're happy for Sarah. What do you think about the product pitch? I think it got better, but I think we could do more than this. Let's talk about storytelling 201. This is adding emotion. Why do we care about this? This is where we are feeling empathy towards Sarah. We want to help Sarah. We want to see her happy. This is where we're connecting with people on a more emotional and more human level. This is about turning features into feelings. You can also think about it this way. It's about painting a world and telling the people, oh, this new world is so cool. And you're also telling people how this new world feels. Like, how would you feel if you joined this world? That's about feelings and not just about raw data. So consider this. Sarah, she is a working mom of young kids, constantly juggling family responsibilities with work. Now we're feeling more of Sarah's pain. Now we're thinking, yeah, her life is really hard and maybe she needs some help. And she sits through something that looks like this multiple times a week or every day. And the villain isn't just about the commute anymore. It's about the guilt and the stress that Sarah feels day after day. Where does that guilt come from? Well, it's because she sits through this and she gets home and she's drained, or she's so tired. She doesn't have time and energy for her kids anymore. She's too tired to help them with homework, or she's too tired to even play with them because of this. And this happens to her every day. Now we're feeling something more than before, right? This is about turning features, which is carpools, parking lots, etc., into feelings. Now we want Sarah to feel better. So how does our product pitch look like now? Sarah, she is a working professional and mom of 2 young kids. She tries to balance work with responsibilities every single day. But a transportation app changes everything. Now she could carpool with other parents so she could spend more time, quality time with her family. Better, right? But there is one more thing that we could do to just make it different. And what is that? Storytelling 301 is having a sense of purpose. This is where your story comes alive. This is the magic in your story. This is more than just telling you what this world is. Beyond the data, and now that we're feeling the new world, this is telling people why your world matters. Why is it important that we join this new world? Why is this problem even a problem? Right? Your audience is always thinking, oh, what's in it for me? This is why. The sense of purpose is something bigger than you and me. It benefits a lot of people. Now, let's take a look at some examples of what sense of purpose means. In the video that we saw, it's a beautiful day, but I can't see it. The purpose here is where it's speaking to the people who are feeling, I'm here to serve, and it just feels wrong that I'm the only one who could see the beauty in life. It shouldn't be that way. That's not how the world should work. I'm here to serve. I want everyone to experience this beautiful world. That is their sense of purpose. What about Apple? Apple isn't just selling computers or iPads. They're selling a dream where creative people have the right tools to change the world. That is the world that Apple is trying to build. That is different from the PC world, right? That is Apple's purpose. Now, what about Tesla? Tesla is more than just selling cars. They're helping the world accelerate to sustainable energy. This is bigger than just you and me. This is laddering up to something that is very important. It's an important mission. Now we're feeling, yes, I understand why Tesla is important. I want to join Tesla on this mission. I want to move to the Tesla world, right? This is sense of purpose. Now, coming back to our transportation app, what is our purpose? Well, it's about building a community and connecting people. And it also reduces traffic congestion and carbon emission. So what does that mean? It means we are being good citizens of this planet. It's something beneficial. It helps everyone. It's not just helping Sarah or helping me. It helps a lot of people. And above everything else, for every minute that people don't have to drive alone, they're getting thousands of hours of time back for themselves. What does that mean? It means when you're not driving alone, right? You can use that time to do other things. You could send an email. You could write a letter to your kid's school. You could take a nap. You're given the time. You're given the gift of time to do anything else except driving alone. Now, this is sense of purpose. This is why our transportation app matters. This is why people should come to this new world with us. So let's take a look at our product pitch. Sarah, a working professional and mom of 2 young kids, faces the challenges of work and family every single day, but a transportation app changes everything. She can now carpool with other parents. The app reduces traffic and also build community. Now she can spend more quality time with her family. Sarah is given the gift of time. This is huge because when you look on your phone and you look at all the apps that you have, how many apps can give you time back? There's not a lot because most apps take time away from you. They want your engagement. They want your retention. They want you to use the app over and over again and spend all day in the app. But our transportation app is different. We have a purpose. We're here to serve others. We make a difference. The app isn't just a solution to commute problems. It's a new way of life. This demonstrates how you can incorporate storytelling concepts into your self-introduction, into your product pitches, and it works. So let's recap. Storytelling 101 is following a universal structure that most stories follow. This structure is well known, and we know this since we were little kids. Then we have storytelling 201. We're adding a layer of emotion. This is where we turn the list of features into feelings. This is where we're telling people how our new world feels. And then we have storytelling 301, sense of purpose. This is telling people why the new world matters. This is why everyone should move to the new world. This is laddering up to something bigger than you and me. This benefits so many people out there. So if there's only one thing that you can remember in this entire discussion is this. People remember stories that make them feel something. People remember feelings. It's like when I was given those feedback, that's been, I don't know, like 10 years. I still remember it so well. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't share data and numbers and graphs and charts and tables. Of course you should, because step one is telling people what this world is. You tell them what this is, then you tell them how this feels. People remember feelings. So I want you to remember this next time when you're sharing anything, sharing data, sharing something about yourself or your product, anything. This works with hiring managers, with leadership team or executive team or VCs, anybody, or even with family members. You should try this. Thank you so much for letting me share my stories with you. How will you tell your story? Remember, people remember stories where they feel something. If you enjoy this talk and you want to keep discussing on this topic or on other topics related to product management, I invite you to connect with me. You can scan the QR code or find me on my website.